Global warriors, YouTube warriors, Academy warriors. What is up today, y'all? A little bit late on the live today. Usually I come on a little earlier, but that is okay because we're being consistent, right? That is the goal, is to make sure that we keep the ball rolling. Today, what I was gonna talk about was pace. What's pace, y'all? What is your pace? Do you even know what that is? Have you ever even thought about it? It's something to consider. Why? Because it's a part of mastering ourselves. We have to figure out who we are in this life to be able to really progress the way that we want to. If you don't know who you are, if you don't understand your own methodology, it's gonna be hard for you to progress because you'll be in a constant state of confusion. And the confusion comes from not knowing certain things. And one of them that I have found in my life is pace. Don't try and keep up with anybody that is operating outside of your pace because you have a different pace. Even though we all collectively can get together and say, hey, you know, this is when things should be done. And I understand that there's like time frames and deadlines and things like that. But as far as your personal pace, that is something that you should really try and understand. Figure out what is your personal pace. How do you best operate while moving? Is it really fast? Do you like to be like, I got stuff going on? Now, if you do, that is totally cool because that helps you to get stuff done. And you should be okay with that. Don't let anybody else deter you or let anybody else say, oh man, you're always frantic, blah, blah, blah. No, that has nothing to do with that person. They don't understand that because that's not their pace. That's your pace. If again it benefits you and you don't feel super stressed out, if you really do enjoy that and at the end of the day you're like, I really like that feeling, it's an adrenaline rush, that is something to pay attention to. You're supposed to be like, do I really like that or do I not like that? Is that something that actually hinders me or is it helping me? And so when we go into this self-development realm, this is a whole nother aspect of something that people don't touch on a lot. What is the pace? So you also could be somebody who's like, okay, I want to really get this. And you seem really slow, right? Because you're like, let me listen to that again. Say that one more time. Okay, can you repeat that one more time? I'm really just trying to grasp that information. That is totally fine. And then you don't start until maybe just a bit later. That is totally fine. If that is your pace, if that is how you best operate, and if that is how you feel most comfortable in doing it, and it has benefited you, and you've remembered, you've seen the benefits of this, then that is your pace. That is something that you should continue to build upon. And what you can actually do is when you self-identify that, you can master it. You can master that pace to where now when you're sitting there asking for the information, you're not just seemingly slow, you're really breaking down so many different intricate aspects to the information. I like to call it going subatomic because there can be a basic quote. There could be a super basic quote, and you could break it down in a way that most people don't. Why? Because they quickly grab the information. They're like, oh yeah, it says don't worry, be happy. Haha, I got it. Like, no. No, what does that really mean on a deeper level? That's usually what the slower and methodical people break down, and they go into a subatomic realm to where it's like, okay, wait, don't worry, be happy. What does that mean? What does that really mean? Don't worry. So why should I not worry? Why should I not worry? Oh, well, this is maybe the reason why I shouldn't be worrying. Oh, then you learn a whole bunch of aspects about just one part of it, the worrying part. Then you move on to the next part and you're like, be happy. Wow, how do I just be happy? What does that mean? How do I figure out how to just be happy? Then you break down that other half. See what I'm saying? Like, that's a whole different way of operating. That's a whole different pace. And that allows you to slow things down. And that's okay too. That's totally okay. We all have different paces that we should be paying attention to. And so, whether you're the okay, let's go, let's go, that's fine. Be that, embrace that, because you will probably get a whole bunch of stuff done, and that's totally fine. They both have pros and cons to them, because the other one, the slow and methodical, even though they can break down something very slow and methodically, they may take a long time to get started, and that's okay. You make sure you get started though. Don't just pause and just be paused. Get started. However, the fast person may get started, but then they may not think about stuff thoroughly. They may not think about it all the way through. So it's totally fine either way. The point is to master whatever your pace is and to fully understand it within yourself. Because once you understand that about yourself, that's when you can be beneficial to other people. And that's when you can really, really hone in on your skills and your personal growth, because you fully understand it now. It's not something that you're just like, well, I'm going fast, but people keep telling me I'm not supposed to go fast. Is that right or is that wrong? You're confused. Or if you're going really slow and you're like, man, people keep telling me I need to speed up. But I really like breaking stuff down. I really like taking my time. Is that right or is that wrong? Doesn't matter. Do not take the consensus of everyone else, because everybody else is not you. Everybody else is not you. So it's up to you to take a consensus of yourself, of your pace. What is my pace? And am I okay with that? And can I be okay with identifying that way? Like, yes, no, I take my time. That is what I do. And nothing is going to change that. That is how I best operate. No, no, no. I get going, and that is what I do, and that is how I best operate. I get stuff done. I get multiple things done throughout the day very quickly, and both of those are okay. Both of those are okay. The point of this whole thing is to find which one you identify with and to really embrace it within yourself and really, really master it, because that is the important part. As long as we are in a state of confusion, we're not going to fully embrace our oneness, ourselves, our power, because you'll be insecure, you'll be scared, you'll be and so there'll always be a little of something you'll be holding back. But when you're able to fully unleash and fully embrace that, yeah, this is what I do, that's when people take notice and be like, whoa, they are really methodical. They are deep thinkers. Or, man, they get stuff done so fast. That is really awesome. Like, wow. Sometimes people may want to glom onto that and they may wish that they want to be that way. Sometimes they're like, no, I don't like that. It makes me feel uncomfortable. Again, all of those things are okay. Everything's totally okay. But how do you identify? How do you identify? What is your pace? Find your pace, and you will find grace, and you'll win the race. No, I'm just kidding. All right, had to do a little joke at the end, but yeah, just make sure that you really, really try to figure that out, because that's just another aspect of self-development that I don't think a lot of people touch on. So I thought I would come on here and give y'all that information. All right, so I hope everybody's having a great time off, or even if you're not off, I hope you're having an excellent day, and we will see you guys tomorrow, 7:30 YouTube. All right, join the academy, link down below if you're on YouTube. Let's get it.